Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Stellaris Nemesis Episode 5, which originally aired live on Twitch. What's up, buddy? So what I'm doing here is I'm selecting the ships that I've been building and hitting G, which is the merge key, to send the extra ships to go merge with the Jackal fleet, bringing the Jackal fleet up to 20. Something that I hadn't explained before, but I will right now, before I select this last Discovery tradition. There's two different ways to measure fleet. There is fleet capacity and fleet strength. Fleet capacity is, or naval capacity I should call it, is the total amount of ships that you can support of the sum of your entire navy, and which for me is 44. I can support up to 44 ships. Anything beyond that and I start to get taxed heavily. Your fleet size here, the command usage, is a set number that you cannot exceed. So with my current technology, I can have fleets of up to 20 size. So Daedora here is 20 out of 20 and can't go any larger. If I go into the fleet manager, for instance, to Daedora, as you can see, I can't, the increase button is missing completely. I can't push it beyond 20. You do get research for, fleet strength later on to increase this number. And then if I researched, let's say I did the destroyer research, it'll increase the number as well. So with that said, the Jackal and Daedora fleets can go up to 20 size, which would bring me up to 40 out of 44 of my maximum naval capacity, and I wouldn't really be able to go higher. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to max out the Daedora and Jackal fleets up to 20 apiece and go no further, which means that this is the last Corvette I'm gonna build. Primordial Soup, I can do a Fascinating, which gives extra societal research at Quirozilla, or Burn It with Fire, which gives me Unity. I'm gonna say Fascinating here, even though I kind of want to say Burn It with Fire. Actually, how about you decide? And while you decide, this, the tradition. So the last of the Discovery traditions here is uplink latency reduction, which is Pops working on research have their upkeep reduced by 20%, which is just basically researchers are cheaper. But that finishes the Discovery tree entirely, which now increases the research speed by 10%. So if I take a look at my researchers here, as you can see, just Discovery transitions finished, 10%. I get 10% additional research per month on the top as a result of that tradition being finished. And then another thing I could do here is to get an Ascension Perk. So the Ascension Perks that are grayed out are because I haven't met the minimum requirement. So some of them are just that I have to pick other perks first. Some of them are that I need to, like this one is I need Titans first. So there's a bunch that are locked to me that are really, really good. But the ones that are initially offered up, and I'll explain these while you finish the vote. Nihilistic Acquisition allows me to raid and abduct Pops, which would be really weird for a robot to do. It's more of like a piracy action. Interstellar Domination reduces the starbase and claim cost to claim territories. Technological Ascendancy raises my research speed by 10%. And makes rare technologies appear more often. Mastery of Nature allows me to increase the planet's size by 2 and clear blockers, and that has to be paid for each planet, and clear blockers a little bit more cheaply. Imperial Prerogative increases my admin capacity. This is totally worthless. Executive Vigor allows me to have more edicts, which is pretty useful. I actually should be running edicts right now. Well, but I don't have the influence, so it doesn't really matter. So let me go back to that. Transcendent Learning increases the level cap for all your leaders to be at 2 levels higher and levels them up 50% faster. And Shared Destiny is a diplomatic crap that I wouldn't even include in the polls here because we're not diplomats. So I'm going to burn it with fire. That's what you decided on. And then first perk. So I'm going to include some of the ones that I think... I'm going to just include them in the order that I would want to. So let's do Interstellar Dominion. No. Why do they have to be so verbose? Verbose. Oh my god. Geological ascendancy. Oh my god. Mastery of nature. Transcendent Learning. I spelled Transcendent Learning wrong, but whatever, deal with it. All right, so there you are. The 5 choices that I wanted to highlight. I will say simply one of those 5 is not like the others. But feel free to vote on how you want. So it looks like Interstellar Dominion is winning, which is the one that allows me to claim more cheaply and starbase more cheaply. Construction done. So we did just annex Gillis here. Ooh, interesting.
Situation log updated.
So, here's yet another 2-parter. This is this world here is a bombarded world, bombarded colony as part of the precursor. So this here is one of the Arassian artifact recovery missions that I'm doing right now with Kadath. Oh, you have no orders. That would be a problem. All right, Interstellar Dominion it is. Not what I would have picked, but okay.
Construction online.
All right, so Ophel is now constructed up, although I will say that's kind of pointless, as you will soon see. And we are going to be running the archaeology there at Ophel after we're done at Yoda. And that also needs a name, so let's give that a name. It's going to be the Teddy Sheckler. Ha ha! That's... You are going to be this frontier outpost. Is there anything else I need to name? Oh, yes, the Gillis. That's named
Construction online.
OPG John. So the Ascendancy perk that I just got, this one that you just had me get, as you can see here, let me just move. See the starbase cost? See how it's a little bit more cheap, more inexpensive? That's one of the net results of that, that perk there. Back up to fast speed. And the Memorex is being uncovered at Ixbelin. Or, you know, that's the path we're on. And Guanash is trying to do its best at researching that. What's my diplomatic stance? So let's go to policies, and my diplomatic stance is expansionist still. So the outpost cost is also reduced from that stance as well. I need to do a better chance at swaying you. No, I'm fine. I mean, I normally go technological ascendancy to be able to research faster, as that has some obvious benefits, but I'm happy to go with whatever. It doesn't... it's not important enough. How to put this? I'm gonna crush the galaxy one way or another, right? So if I don't min-max, it's no problem. Given it's a tutorial thing. Yeah, technological ascendancy. There is online guides that will have like A tier, B tier, or S tier, A tier, B tier, and generally technological ascendancy is well established that it's kind of like an A or S tier perk. Some of the other ones that are in there, some of the ones that are amazing are also require you to have a lot more tech, or require you to hey buddy, require you to take a lot of other perks first, so you can't get them initially. Just by design.
Construction online.
Oh, he's loving this. So I am waiting for one more ship to rally to Jackal Fleet, and then we are going to move over to Quirozilla. I'm just going to do that now. And sit on the border, ready to invade the Kreshk. And actually, it looks like Kreshk is... Are they at war with someone right now? Yeah, they're... No. What are you doing right now? I don't even know. But they are... They're putting their fleets...
New technology.
I think they're ready to invade someone. I don't know whom. They're not at war with me, obviously. But they're positioning their fleets at the border. With that in mind, let me get improved shields, as I'm going to want them pretty early on. And then I also just researched battle computers. So I'm going to send my fleets down to Yoda for a little bit of refitting, because I want my fleets to be better. So I'm going to enter the orbit of the Yoda station and retool my ships. So here, it's going to be simple retooling. I'm just going to give them a battle computer of, let's say, extra tracking. And then I'm also going to need to give them a reactor. Done. All right. And it's 400 alloys to upgrade both. That's fine.
Situation log updated.
And we have the freebooters. So what these freebooters are, they are marauders that are basically just they're just mercenaries that you can, that might raid you and can be hired out to raid others. And they are behind Kreshk Slaughterer's territory, it seems. They're the marauders are sort of here, the freebooters. There is a mid-game crisis. Oh, wow. The Kreshk Slaughterers aren't even valid rivals anymore, which is an indicator that they are pathetically weak compared to me. Or the inverse, which would be super scary, but I don't think that's the case. That would be super scary if they were supremely more powerful than I was. Yeah, I'd piddle some pants. But chances are that's not the case. But I was able to immediately re-rival them, so I don't really know what's going on. My guess is they are at war with someone. Oh yeah, they're at war with... What are you doing? They're rivaled by everybody. I don't really know what's going on with them, because I don't have enough espionage levels to figure that out.
Construction online.
But I am getting myself in a position to mess with them, so I will be doing that shortly. Right after my fleets are retooled with their battle computers.
Research project concluded. System charted.
Alright, the archaeology at Ixbelin is just advancing. I did just repair a... Oh, that's interesting. So, the anomaly here gave me a cruiser, which is awesome. I need intel on them? Yeah, I know. Let's switch my... I would have to retask a spy. So the one spying on Jackley Mandate, I'm going to spy on the Kreshk Slaughterers instead to figure out what's going on in their territories. But ultimately, I don't really care. As soon as my fleets are retooled, I'm going to be invading them. I could check on everybody else if they're at war. Yeah. So... no. There's no wars that I know of going on. A bunch of causes for war, but no wars, no actual wars yet. That's a good call. But yeah, none that I can see. Okay, we have a lack of housing here, and I'm just going to add one more generator district to Jimbob. And then here, I am going to take out a tech drone and put it as a maintenance drone to keep them happy.
Fleet upgraded.
All right, Didora is upgraded. And as you can see, the fleet power here is going up like 783, 784, 76. It's going up as the ships are becoming updated. Ooh, and I'm discovering new aliens called the Moo aliens. I guess I'll put my other envoy on that. And these guys, what are they? Okay. That's what they look like, if you were wondering. I know what they are, but I won't spoil it. I'll do the first contact stuff. Alright, Jackal is 85%, 90% done.
Fleet upgrades applied.
Done. Alright, I also have my construction ship doing the automated shipyard to give me even more ships. So I'm going to have quite a lot of advantages. Do I want swarm corvettes to cap evasion? No, I don't really care. I know that's one of the metas, but that's not how I'm going to be running. Yeah, there's a strategy that can even be employed late game where you have corvettes that just evade as well as they can. And here's first contact with the Moos. And we have one cruiser already waiting at the border. Hey, HOTUS is not completely useless. There was some anomalies there that made it have some resources.
New technology discovered.
All right. My next technology here will be... God, what terrible choices. All right, fine. Let's just get deep crust engineering out of the way. Because the other ones are for food, which robots never need, so kind of a pointless tech to have. All right, the automated shipyard
project concluded.
has yielded 3 Raider class ships, which have pretty high tech weapons compared to what I currently have, and I'm going to send them out to the front here to join this fleet. And I guess that what I can do is I can add a commander to these guys as well. I'll add a evasion and sublight speed commander to this fleet rendezvousing. So I have 3 admirals. And I missed a hydrate? I did indeed. Sorry, Pancake. So I have a pretty good sized fleet for early game, and these guys should not be much of a problem as a result. I am not sure I have enough of an army, but we'll see.
Comms initiated.
All right, so the creatures here are the crystalline entities. They're just basically like prism things, and I can either find out how to increase energy production or find a military use. I'm going to do energy production because I'm a robot and I eat energy for food, so that is probably most useful. Turtle sandwich. Let's have you start to take a bite out, or a nibble, because we're headed to nibbles, out of the precursor activity. That's going to be quite a project for you. And at Ixbelin, we're just continuing the memory orb. And there it is. Enhanced solar power. Energy credits for jobs increased 5%. So if you take a look at my energy credit net of 30 per month, this should go up at the end of the month to something higher.
Anomaly detected.
To 36 now. Right on. So these 2 ships, this cruiser class derelict that I found, has a different hyperdrive level of level 2 than these raiders that... Oh, no, they also have level 2. I wonder why I can't merge them. I guess you just can't merge this cruiser here. That's fine. So I have 4 fleets then. I'm fleeted up. Heading to Kreshk Slaughterers. It's going to take a minute to put everyone in position. At Honorisu, we need work. I am going to invest in mining districts, as we can have up to 7 mining districts here. Glancing hit. Okay, so we got some engineering research from Gribben. And I did just add Impan and Fangnauer, so let's name them. We have got Sir Ice Mage. You'll be at Impan. And then the other one will be Phoenix at Fangnauer. All right. My fleets are almost in position. Very close. Increasing speed up again. I'm a little worried that I don't have enough armies. So you know what I'm going to do? At Yoda Prime, I'm going to roll out... Oh, you know what's funny? So I have 2 different armies here, and it's because I have 2 different species. If I take a look at me, my species settings, right? I was updating or upgrading my species up from Mark 1 to Mark 2. The 2 different armies here represent both marks. Because both species have the same combat effectiveness, it really doesn't matter which one I build. But I just thought it's funny that there's 2 of them now. And at this point, I have all of my armies sitting ready for war. So what I'm setting is I'm setting the other ships that are actually faster at hopping around to follow my slower fleets, so that they all move at one universal speed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have everyone follow Daedora, I think. Yeah, all right, they're already following Daedora. So everybody follows Daedora fleet, and Daedora fleet is going to lead the way in the blitz into their territory, but of course I have to formally declare war on them first before I can enter. So that's my next step. All right, so Daedora, as soon as I see Daedora idle, let's do this. Declare war. It's going to be an end threat war because they are a fanatic purifier. And my goal is basically just to kill them.
Project concluded.
My research project is concluded, so let's take a look. All of my species now, as you can see here at the Yadaka, we no longer have the build speed penalties. Every single one of the robots in the entire empire now build at normal speeds. All right, headed on in. Let's also set these fleets to hostile and orbital bombardment high. And they put a bunch of bulwarks in my way. All right, the Memrix is coming with us, or the Memrix are not to be tampered with. It's best forgotten. I'm going to take it for myself. Thank you. Okay, congratulations, Guanash. You finished that. Next up, we're going to do this one. So the Memrix here is a relic. Well, no, not really. The Memrix is giving us a, if we take a look at our... God, where is the benefit for Memrix? Yeah, here. Resources from jobs plus 20%, stability plus 10. All right, let's take a look at this fight, because this is the first actual battle I'm in. And my many ships are just surrounding their little starport and hammering it away. I have lost 3 corvettes, which is not too expensive to replace. And because it's an end threat war, I will immediately be awarded this territory when I capture it from them. So it is that's pretty cool. Now, there's really not much that you can do in combat when you're in a combat situation. It's sort of like the American Civil War, or pre-American Civil War, where both sides line up and shoot at each other, and they just kind of automate combat in that way. And there's very little that the player does. The only difference is, of course, the way you design your ships. So you can design your ships to be designed to barrage from a distance, or close the distance, or to, to attack close or whatever. You can design these features into your ship, but you can't actually physically control your ships. What you can do is you can hit retreat. And what retreat does, if I click the button, is it would tell the fleet to try to retreat. And what generally happens is you lose a small percentage of your ships. Let's say like 5%, 10%, 15% of your ships will be destroyed or damaged upon fleeing. And you will hyperspace jump out of there to live to fight another day. In this fight, I don't need a flee because I am seconds away from destroying their, taking over their starport. There it is. But I did lose 4 corvettes total. To replace these corvettes, all I have to do is click Reinforce Fleet. And what this does is it triggers the closest shipyard that has like shipbuilding capabilities to build fleet replacements. And then I'm also going to tell these ships to enter the orbit of this starbase, because now I own this starbase. As you can see, I actually own the system here. And that also means I'm paying for the starbase. But one of the advantages, as this starbase now repairs itself, it's going to act as an ability for me to repair my ships here. So I captured their starbase, and their starbase is, as a result, going to repair my ships. So my ships here, like Daedora Fleet, for instance, is at 93% hull, 79% shield, 99% or 79% armor, 99% shield. Shield regenerates automatically. Hull and armor does not, unless you have special technology to do it. But the taking over their starbase will do that for me. So I captured their system, and as a result of capturing their system, I am going to name it Pancake Hammers. My first spoil of war. So here we go. Come on, there it is. So now, as you can see, there's hit points there or whatever. They had designed their starbase with 2 gun batteries and service umbilicals, which means that my ships here will be cheaper for me to dry dock, and that's why my energy credits just jumped to 83 a month because of the service umbilicals. And as you can see, also the hit points and armor of my fleets will go up as a result. And then another thing is there is debris from the fight. So this debris here can give me combat computers of Pickett style if I sent a research ship to go research that debris. So you can reverse engineer enemy ships that you destroy. And it's actually one of the ways you can get really interesting technology, by destroying like fallen empires and other Leviathans. I'm not going to go into what a Leviathan is just now. It gives you the ability to get like unique-ish technology that other nations aren't going to have their ability to get. And then also there's an Ascension perk. I'm not sure if machines have it. Oh no, here it is. There's an Ascension perk that makes it so that the debris of your ships cannot be reverse engineered, which is the enigmatic engineering. So that, the technology that I unlock can't be then reverse engineered by enemies.
Construction online.
All right, so I'm just waiting for my fleets to repair. slowly, very slowly. Very, very slowly. Before jumping to a new system to mess with the Kresh Slaughterers some more. Hey, Feisty Lobster. Thanks for the follow. And Caveman Crafting. The hardest Leviathan I found is the, probably the Enigmatic Fortress. That thing is hard to take down. Militarily, I think that's probably the toughest. But once you have about a 40k fleet, they're all sort of relatively easy to do. It depends on the sort of rocks, paper, scissors of the way you design your ships versus the strengths and weaknesses of the Leviathan. But basically what Leviathans are, they're just like mega non-civilization NPCs. It'll make a lot more sense when I find one. And my galaxy size
System
being
charges.
small, there's probably only 2 or 3 at most Leviathans that exist. Okay, so my fleets now are repaired. I also have them being reinforced. So if I want to be patient here, I can wait around a minute and get them to reinforce. Because what's happening is, having triggered that reinforcement, the ships should be being... They should be in transit, actually. To pancake hammers. But I don't see that. For whatever reason. Often when you have like individual ships one at a time reinforcing, they will sort of be invisible. So you'd have to actually look into the system to see if they're traveling through as a weird sort of way to reinforce without like flooding your UI full of individual ships. And then down here we have the war score. This here is a way to measure your success of your war. So there is war exhaustion. War exhaustion is caused once you hit 100% war exhaustion, you're going to be forced to, after a roughly 2-year span, to end your war. So you're sort of fighting against the clock of war exhaustion to do as much damage to your enemy as to achieve the goals of your war. So I am more war exhausted than them, ironically, because they are determined exterminators, or they're whatever they are. They like war. They're fanatical purifiers, rather. But I'm not worried about the war exhaustion, you know, doing damage to me because my, you know, I'm going probably, they only have like 3 systems that are going to be hard to capture left. And that's not going to be that hard for me to capture. In fact, there's even an argument to be made not to go to Polgara, but to go to the other systems, because the other systems don't seem to have star bases, so they're going to be a lot easier to capture. But here, let me go and follow Daedora fleet, and then have Daedora fleet, because following the slowest fleet, not that Daedora is the slowest, Jackal and Daedora move at the same speed, but following the slowest fleet means that they all arrive at the same time, so that you arrive in mass. Rather than if I send them all to attack the same target, Prime 877. Actually, let's give these names. Dragon Mark 1 fleet, which is just this one cruiser, and this one would be, oh, you're an admiral with no name. Blablub. The Blablub admiral. God, I like that. Would arrive earlier because they have higher level hyper jumps. And as having higher level hyper jumps, they would get there first, and they'd have to tank, essentially. Oh, you know what? I can't even. There we go. There, perfect. So now they all enter at about the same time. Dragon and Blablub enter a little bit earlier, but not as early as it would be. How do you follow again? So the way to do this is just right-click or shift-click all the fleets that you want following, and then right-click the fleet that you want them to follow. And it just they'll just automatically follow. So right now, for instance, if I wanted my my armies to follow Daedora, which one's Daedora? Yeah, now all my armies are following Daedora fleet. Or click the button under the video, yeah. That way it does it too. Alright, so here's another starbase fight. This starbase might be a little bit more easy than the last one, it seems. I think it was less armed, but I'm not sure. And the River Crater, we are pushing that that archaeology site at Teddy Sheckler 3 up ahead. And boom. That system is mine. Now what I'm going to do here is capturing their starport has put my starbase capacity at 6/5, which means my starbase upkeeps have jumped up 25%, which makes them a little bit more expensive. So as a net result, what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically destroy this starbase as soon as I'm able, as soon as I can downgrade it. It takes a second or two for the combat to register as ended before you can sort of just pull the plug on the starbase. But that's what I'm going to do. Do I let the AI manage my ship designs and auto upgrade it? I never let them manage it, but often I let them auto upgrade it. I never let them design it themselves. I never auto generate designs, but I often will do auto upgrades. But right now, as you can see, I'm doing it all manually for, you know, tutorial reasons too. All right, let's get rid of Polgara Station. Bye-bye. And then Polgara, what is your name going to be? You are going to be, I'm the MVP. And I'm the MVP also has a planet there, and as does Pancake Hammers. So both will become planets. Hey, Kadath, thanks for gifting out to Feisty Lobster. So this here is one of the precursor objects that I'm researching with Turtle Sandwich, who deciphered that. So good for him. And the Kresh Slaughterers are down multiple territories already. They are not looking so good in this fight. So as you can see here, the relative war exhaustion, I'm more exhausted than they are, but I'm definitely winning this war, as you can see. I've wall-upped to them a few times, but I'm just waiting for my fleets here to repair, and then I'm going to go get Trinic and Estrion before getting Luk Aktef. So here's one of the things. Here's a very, very important concept for you to realize. If I went beelining straight for Luk Aktef and conquered them, all the territory that they once held, if they don't have another colony, would revert to no man's land. However, if I capture all their territory first and then defeat their homeworld, I get to own everything. I want to own everything. So I am definitely going to get all their territory prior to going after their homeworld, because that gets me to own all their stuff without having to spend my own influence to claim it. Speaking of that, let's do research subsidies. So this here is an edict. You can have, right now I have a maximum edict capacity of 1. You can exceed your edict capacity at a cost, and it increases your empire sprawl. And the edict I did was it gives my researchers 10% additional research. And then it also reminds me to talk to the Artist Enclave here. And I'm going to become a patron of the Artist Enclave for 2,000 energy, which then gives me extra unity per month. All right, everybody following Daedora again, and Daedora is going to go to Trinic and Estrion. Yeah, this is total conquest. I'm trying to defeat all of them. Another thing I might want to do is I might want to retask one of my researchers to research the debris up here.
System scan complete.
Oh, perfect. Here, Kadath, you're going to do it. To reverse engineer their picket computers. Because it's a limited time for debris, and if I don't do it, I run out of it. So Trinic and Estrion should be very, very easy to knock over because they don't have starports. It's just these tiny, tiny little outposts, these star bases. So they're gonna get squashed, as you can see here in a second. No issue at all. They're gonna fire like a missile or two at me, and then it's gone. All right, let's go to Estrion next. And immediately what happens, because I didn't destroy anything but take over the starbase, I totally inherit a perfectly developed Trinic. It has all of its resources, you know, exploited, and it's in fine shape or whatever. We just got another Arassian artifact, so that is 2 out of 6 for the precursor Arassians. We got the orbital station and bombarded colony, and that was Turtle Sandwich doing that. Turtle Sandwich, I'm going to have head to Lingol, I think, and survey that. That's the last system I have to survey for a while. Avon Kanea over here, I will be able to survey after taking out the Emerald Roamers. And then this pocket up here that was protected by the Kreshk, I can fill in. Ooh, that has an L-gate. Oh, you stupid slaughterers. An L-gate is very, very important mid to late game. And getting possession of an L-gate is very, very important, which is why I'm excited about that. L-gates are bae. Is the simplest way to put it.
Construction online.
Oh, man. All right, so Daedora, let's go repair our ships back at this station, which should be renamed the Pancake Hammers Station. L-gates can also be very dangerous when opened. They can. They can. Okay, so next, we have a little choice for y'all. What tradition should I unlock? So we've got expansion, domination, prosperity, synchronicity. Sorry, I'm bad at talking and typing. Supremacy. I'm going to leave out versatility entirely because versatility I'm going to do dead last. Bloblub, you got a admiral named after you. As you can see, Bloblub fleet right here. You are Admiral Bloblub in the Bloblub fleet. So expansion is, well, expanding. Domination is forcing enemy civilizations to submit to your will. Prosperity is economy. Synchronicity is sort of like leader upkeep and you know, stability. Supremacy is military, and versatility I'm not even having as an option because it is the alliancing diplomacy crap that we aren't doing at all. All right, supremacy is clearly the runaway, but I'm going to allow you to vote a little bit longer because it's not an emergency that I get this immediately. And Kadath, yeah, Kadath, get up there and research that stuff. Archaeology, the inventory. Okay, we have a lot of minor artifacts now. If we take a look at our relics, we are up to 46, which is pretty good. Pretty good amount. Taking a look at my planets, they are not doing as well as I would like. We are low on amenities, so I'm going to put some Nexus districts in to them to add some amenity build-up. All right, let's do supremacy. So adopting supremacy immediately will give me 2 more starbase capacity. So immediately, as you can see, I've gone from 5 out of 5 to 5 out of 7. And then it also gives me my armies do 20% more damage. So I'll be able to invade enemy planets more capably. And as you can see here, there's at least 2 enemy planets for the Kresk Slaughterers. They have the Lukatef and the Quorus. So We will be invading at least 2 planets, and like I said, we should do this dead last. I don't want to defeat the Kresh until I have all of their territory, or I lose out considerably. Alright, let me hide that hole. Are all these repaired? Yeah, they're all repaired. Okay. Jackal Fleet is not. When you have fleets on follow, they don't necessarily repair.
Anomaly detected.
All right. So Dodora's ready to roll out. We're going to go... Oh, you know, I have 2 more systems to rename, so let me do that. Congratulations, emergency exit blocked. I'm just going to call you Emergency, because that is a long name. Emergency exit. And also, Zach the Terror, with like all the typos included. So, there is a bit of an altercation here. There is some wreckage. And I can either keep the wreckage and gain intel on the Bosch Potuks, or I can give it back and possibly gain influence. I'm going to keep it because screw those guys. And I also got research done, so I'm going to get more minerals from miners and more star-based construction mining as a choice there. And it looks like these guys have tiny little fleets compared to me, so this should not be much of an issue here. Here's another. Oh, Polmatbot can't win. Come on. Nightbot, stop rigging it. Fine, whatever. Polmatbot. Polmatbot is the bot I use for the polls, so it just won. And sure, why not? Whatever. Whatever. So, Kadath just scanned the debris of the battle, and instead of getting pick of computers, what I ended up getting is just some a lump sum of research from my efforts. So here's the thing, is with the Dora fleet here, you know what, they actually have a lot of territory. I'm actually kind of surprised. They kind of glommed out to the east further than I thought, given their weak economy. I really thought that they were going to be smaller than this, but hey, more to capture. At this point, Dark Mastery Prime has gotten 10 population, so I can upgrade my administrative building from a deployment post to an admin array, which has, well, let's check the bonuses. Increased housing, increased amenities, increased maintenance drone jobs, increased building slots. So, yeah. That debris was rigged. And here's an archaeology site that it looks like the Kresh have not yet started. So, I'm also going to steal their relics. The Bosch Pochtux is like, hey, did you find our supply ship? And I'm like, what supply ship? Obviously, it pisses them off, but I don't care. They're my enemies. They're actually my rivals, so like I have no idea why they wouldn't even expect it back from me. And we have yet another one. Hey, Feisty Lobster, my newest sub.
Rescanned.
You now have a system named after you. Now, in my geographical explorations, I'm also finding some new people as a result of, you know, spreading out my territory. So here is yet another first contact with the Omicron Aliens. And a Leviathan. Where? I just got, I got an alert about a Leviathan, but I have no idea where it is. Uh-oh. Tell me I'm not fighting it. Okay, I'm not fighting it. At this point, I'm going to run out... Oh, Sylvanti. I'm going to run out of territory, or run out of viewers to name things after. Because I am capping these guys hard. And I'm surprised they haven't actually moved on Polmatbot. because they have the fleets too. Oh yeah, here it is. The Infinity Machine. Ah, I see. I didn't see that before.
Online.
But that was Leviathan. The Infinity Machine is a little bit different than most Leviathans, as
Hostile fleet within range.
You don't tend to fight it. As you can see here, it's a complete and utter file sale, and congrats, Lone Wisp. We are unbelievably desolating the poor crushed slaughterers, and I'm taking their everythings. Yeah, most Leviathans are sort of a shoot first, ask questions later kind of Leviathan, and the Infinity Machine is more like, hey, can you do some math for me, kind of Leviathan. They're a bit different. Oh, here's a curator order. So a curator order is kind of like the artists that I've contacted, and they're in the Zilbruk's Maw here. And this curator order can help me research a little bit faster. So I'm going to purchase the service for them to help me research. They're my math tutor now, my science tutor. As you well put. And this war is oh, they're moving against me now. Here you see they're in Polmat bot. So I'm going to rally against them. I was wondering how much of their territory they were going to allow me to take. Actually, let me travel back to them through their territory. Oh no, it's too late. Forget that. So you finally got tired of turtling up and getting your butt kicked, huh? All right, but this Maw needs a name, so it's Gator. Congrats. MVP Science. Oh no, that's Kadath. Kadath, where are we gonna send you? Let's send you to Udria and start surveying all this beautiful stuff up here. You are the artists, and yeah, I'll just hope the situation improves. They screwed something up for me, and I'm just gonna let them off the hook. Unusual, I know, given that I'm an exterminator, but the curators aren't necessarily my enemies. Hey, the Kresk are throwing diplomatic insults at me. Fun. And the this archaeology site is continuing. I think they're scared. You know, if they're just gonna take Polmat bot, I'm gonna continue on my rampage here. If they're not, because I don't think they're gonna go to Pancake Hammers, as I have a base there. Actually, it's their base. So I'm just gonna keep moving ahead and cap as much as I can. All right, other things I ought to do. The continental world at Lucid really should have been colonized by now, and I hadn't.
Construction
So let me get
online.
2 colony ships rolled out. Oh, they're back. All right, I'm coming. Are they? Yeah, okay. They're moving to Pancake Hammers, surprisingly. Pancake Hammers' starbase is about as strong as their fleet, so they're gonna kind of tie. Now, I would guess that their fleet is probably a wee bit stronger, which means that I might lose possession of Pancake Hammers briefly, temporarily. But my guess is it comes back into my ownership quickly thereafter, as they don't have a fleet to rival mine, not even close. And congrats, Squirrel Wizard, you are now this system over here. Yeah, so here's the fight. As you can see, ooh, no, they might lose. Yeah, they might just straight up lose.
Hostile fleet within range.
Oh, where? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, they lost. Definitely. Pancake Hammer's base just squished them.
New
boy.
technology discovered.
All right. New technology. So let's definitely get destroyers. Destroyers is the next tier of ship. They're bigger. They pack more weaponry. They're more expensive, but they're worth it. And for the insolence of trying to mess with pancake hammers. Now, pancake hammers also has some debris of blue lasers, which would be good. But for their insolence, I am going to invade Look-a-Tef. No, you know what? I'm going to continue what I was doing. I'm going to continue terrain harassing them instead. Because that's honestly the smart move. What ship set am I using? I am using the Interceptor corvettes. And then some other ships I like salvaged and found on the, at the side of the road, essentially. Ooh. Turtle sandwich, discovering yet another Arassian artifact. Have at it, dude. Can go to Jim Bob next. What else can I do here? My planets might need some governance. Oh, actually, they're totally fine. They don't need me. I don't even feel necessary. My planets are... got jobs, got housing, got amenities. They're fine. The crash opinion of me changes lower, which is the jokiest joke ever, because fanatical purifiers are always going to hate you no matter what. And honestly, everybody hates them. They're trying to kill everybody. They're basically just like space Nazis. So I don't really know what the penalty for like, oh no, my relationship dropped a little bit would be. Because, I mean, come on. You're space Nazis. Just shut up. No one likes you. Everybody knows it. Oh, which ship chat? I chose the Imperial. The new introduced into the, the newest DLC, the Imperial ship type.
System scan
Oh,
complete.
here they are. They came out of the Polmat bot again, so let's go mess them up. I was going to try to capture more of their eastern territory, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to divide and conquer. So I'm going to have Dragon Mark 1 and Bloblub start capturing their eastern territory, where Daedora and Jackal will fight their main fleets. And yeah, here we go. So, Talons from the Void is the end. I knew that this was happening, by the way. And before this happens to... Uh-oh. Guanash. I don't know if I can save you. The end of this archaeology, a snarling, hissing fiend has appeared out of the void. With one swipe of her giant talons, she snatched the archaeology shuttle, carrying the excavation team and the rubricator back to the YD composite 732, bending it open and prying the rubricator from within. It seems we have finally had the displeasure of meeting the hoarding rat's assailant. The dragon must have been attracted by the countless treasures and made her nest within the royal palace, feasting upon their bodies. Perhaps she was on the prowl or observed from afar as we excavated the ruins, waiting for the right moment to strike. She appears to be growling something in her general direct. Okay, so we can either try to translate her animal noises or try to evasive maneuvers. I'm going to try to evade. Unfortunately, Guanash, you have croaked. I'm going to have to hire another researcher, ideally an archaeologist, if I could find one. Because Miss Dragon here is a Leviathan. Ooh, that is a good researcher. Okay, oh, I never renamed Rhombus. Okay, so we have two researchers now to name. Glitch. You are going to be my new genius. Perfect. Wouldn't want it any other way. And you are going to be my maniacal researcher. And let's roll out a new science ship. And we have another colony ship here, which will head to Sky Collective and colonize Sky Collective 5, making it Sky Collective Prime. So, this is the Grand Dragon, the Shard Dragon, that is now going to prowl in this system and protect the Rubricator, rendering this system here, the Teddy Shuckler system, impassable. In fact, I'm going to flag this as do not enter. So this button here, down here, over that way, is a button that if you click it, it turns the system red and it tells your ships never to travel there. I don't want to go there because this, the military power of this Grand Dragon is way beyond any and all of my fleets combined. And yes, it's exactly for illustration purposes of this run. Everything is. As I literally said, I know what this is. Don't spoil it. So I'm glad you didn't spoil it, but that's why I approached it the way I did. All right, so we did just get another Arassian artifact, and Turtle Sandwich is heading over to... I think this is... Okay, so there's two more that I know of. Arassian artifacts. So there's one at Bonos and one at Bonos. Okay, there's two at Bonos here. So what is this? Oh, this is... Okay, so I know all three. All of the remaining Arassian artifacts. There's two at Bonos, and there's one at Jimbob. So Dragon Mark 1 and Blah Blah are going to fight in the east. Their ships should be able to take out the little outposts here. And then we also have Didora and Jackal Fleet holding down Polmat Bot because they keep messing with it. You've been watching Stellaris Nemesis, which originally aired live on Twitch. I stream Stellaris Nemesis every Tuesday. If you would like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com has the stream schedule, countdown timers, and links to Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Keep in mind that the YouTube series is a little bit behind Twitch by now. Thank you so very much for watching. I'll catch you next episode, or maybe, perhaps, an upcoming stream. Farewell.